Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be doing a video on the new Dinosaur event soldier in Fortnite Save the World. Now this guy right here is known as Rex Jonesy, and he is a definite change of pace from your normal soldier gameplay. As of recently, I've been dabbling a lot in constructors and outlanders as I've really been getting bored of soldiers. However, this guy is a definite new coat of paint whenever it comes to the gameplay of soldiers, whenever it comes to his team perk and his commander perk. He's definitely very fresh and very new, and he's a blast to play. He's very effective. Is he the most effective? Probably not, but he's definitely fun and definitely a viable option within gameplay. So this is the guy we're going to be reviewing today. How exactly do you unlock him, however? Well, go on over to your item shop, and he will be under the event items, under the items tab, and you can buy him for 2,800 gold. Most of you should be able to afford this guy. Everybody just recently got a gift box, probably had a lot of gold in it, and Evo mats and XP and whatever. This was because of the servers going down last season, so definitely pick this guy up if you can. He is a lot of fun. I do recommend that you guys always pick up pretty much anything that comes to the item shop. Taking a look at this guy's commander perk, it's called Sorry and Might Plus. It says that every 1 second it will add 9% of your current health to your damage of your next ranged weapon hit, which means that for every 1 second that you're holding down the trigger, every single 1 second it is going to take your health, 9% of that health, and apply it to one of the bullets that are coming out of your chamber, and it will hit extra hard than the rest. So essentially, if you have a power level 1 pistol, and let's say you have a little bit over 1,000,000 health and it takes 9% of that, you will be doing around 100,000 damage with a power level 1 pistol against a power level 100 enemy. This is very much like Paleo Luna, and it is very, very strong and a lot of fun to mess around with. Now let's go and head on over to the command center and head on over to the hero loadout that I'm using with this guy. So of course we have Rex Jonesy right here, and taking a look at his hero abilities as well, definitely should mention this. He comes with lefty and righty, Warcry, and frag grenades. A little bit disappointing as Warcry is pretty much the only good thing he has, and you really can't afford to buff your frag grenade if you decide to go with Blast from the Past as your team perk, which is what I'm doing to get the maximum amount of damage. So to use Blast from the Past, you have to have 2 dinosaur heroes. Now right here I have Sorry and Hide, and this comes from Prehistoric Isa. Basically she is going to give me more armor and more survivability in general. Then I have Sorry and Claws. This will come from Paleo Luna, and it's quite useless. However, I do want to show you guys something really quick. You can get a little bit more use out of this build whenever this character comes out next week. If we go to the historic heroes, this character right here, Fossil Southie, although not really that useful, he's definitely more useful than, I guess, worthless melee damage. If we take a look, while your shield is depleted, you regenerate energy every second, so it's pretty decent. I mean, at least you'll be able to get your frag grenades and your Warcry off and make sure that you're not really low on it. So do keep that in mind if you're watching this video a little bit late. Definitely you do want to swap this character out, but currently she is the only dinosaur hero that we can use to afford this team perk. Now of course we have these perks right here. Now this is for assault rifle damage, but these are entirely interchangeable, because with this character you can either use assault rifles, sniper rifles, shotguns, pistols, pretty much anything aside from explosive weapons, I do believe, and you can build this however you want. Now for the sake of showcasing an example with this build, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a pistol build so that I can use Jack's Revenge and whatnot. So for this pistol build in particular, we're going to go with Calamity and Beetlejuice for the pistol critical damage and for the just general pistol damage. And then lastly, of course, we have Survivalist Jonesy to make sure that we do get our health back. However, you can use Goin' Coconuts in the slot. This is the pirate outlander right here, and his name is Crossbones Barrett. The only reason I'm not using Crossbones Barrett is because it takes up one of your slots for your weapons, and I prefer to have a main weapon, a bundle bus, and an old Betsy. Especially with the old Betsy with this character, it's quite strong. But yeah, I do not want a coconut to take up that spot, but just know that coconuts are very effective. For my gadgets, I went with Adrenaline Rush, which is actually important. Normally we don't go over the gadgets, but definitely Adrenaline Rush. This is basically going to allow you to survive and allow you to do more damage at the same time, and I normally just run with Slow Field. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an example with this character, and we are going to go into a mission. I'll be testing a power level 1 pistol, showcasing how exactly this hero works, and then I'll be showcasing a smasher test with a Jack's Revenge, and we'll see exactly how much damage we can get. So I'm going to go to a power level 100 zone, and yeah, I'll just showcase that to you guys, and then of course at the end of this video I'll go over the gameplay overview and talk about my opinions on the character. But let's go ahead and hop into it. Alrighty boyos, so here we are about to test out this commander perk. I currently have a power level 100 blaster locked in a trade box, and I will be showcasing how exactly this commander perk works with a power level 1 gray pistol. Now as you guys know, if we were to take a look at this commander perk, it says for every 1 second, it's going to add 9% of current health to damage of the next ranged weapon shot. Essentially this is only going to stack once, so we're only going to be able to have to wait 1 second to be able to get our full amount of damage out of this. If I were to go ahead and showcase exactly how much damage I will be able to do with this pistol, I'm going to be able to do 67,000. However, what happens if I were to get rid of that stack of 9%? Well, let me try that again. I'm going to do 948. So as you guys can see, 811 that time. And essentially from the way that it looks, if you actually miss your bullet and then go and shoot him, you're still going to be able to get the maximum amount of damage out of it, which is actually quite interesting, meaning that if you're using something like a slow firing LMG like the Duet, if you were to miss one of your shots, your very next shot would still do the full potential of damage, which, like I said, is pretty quite interesting. But anyways, that is a little bit of a showcase on how this exactly works. So essentially your first shot is going to be a big damage dealer, and then your next shot right after that will basically go back to how it's supposed to be, and then if you wait 1 more second, it's going to go back up to the full amount of damage that you would be able to do. Now currently I do not have a pylon activated for the health, as you guys can see on the map. This is going to be very helpful with this character to make sure that you do activate those pylons. I'm about to go grab some blue glow so that I can do that, get some bonus health, and then I'm going to do a smasher test with the Jack's Revenge and showcase exactly how much damage and how many shots exactly it's going to take for us to kill him with a pistol build on this character. So I will see you guys then. Alrighty boyos, so here we are with our smasher, and we are about to do a smasher test with a power level 130 Jack's Revenge against a power level 100 elemental smasher. Now if I'm not mistaken, with this character and with this buff, you actually ignore elements at the moment, so I'm going to be doing 100% damage instead of 75. So there we go, that was a lot of damage, and it looked like we had 2 numbers, but I do believe that is 100% a visual glitch. But as you guys could see, I did a little over 500,000 damage with each shot, pretty much guaranteed. The smasher didn't exactly stand a chance. If we were using a more optimized version of a pistol loadout, you know, if we were using like Beetlejuice and the Commander, we probably could have killed him with 1 shot. But one thing I definitely do like about this character is the sense that he has very consistent damage whenever it comes to crit builds. Of course, with every single shot after a second has been waited, you are going to be getting a guaranteed set of damage because of your current health. And one thing I really do like about this is that whenever you are using crit builds, you are able to pretty much get guaranteed good damage if you do not crit. So that is a very huge plus about this character, and that's something I'm really going to elaborate on. Wow. That is something I'm really going to elaborate on in just a moment, which is kind of right now. So what we're going to go ahead and do is segue into the gameplay overview portion of this video, where I showcase a little bit of gameplay with this character, and I'm going to be using a slightly different build in the gameplay as well, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. And yeah, I'll give you guys my overall opinions on this character and just tell you how much I either like or dislike him, or what's so good and what's so bad about him. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Alrighty boyos, so here we are at the gameplay overview portion of the video, basically where I showcase you guys some 4-player gameplay and give you guys my overall thoughts and opinions on the character that we've been talking about. And of course in today's video we've been talking about Rex Jonesy. Now the first thing you're probably going to notice is that, well, 1, we're fighting against level 128 enemies, but 2, I'm also using a slightly different loadout, as I'm actually using the Duet as my main weapon. Now in today's video I did want to kind of showcase a little bit of high numbers in terms of damage to just kind of showcase a little bit of what this guy's capable of. So I did want to play and use the Jack's Revenge in the main gameplay portion, but this is actually the loadout that I've mainly been enjoying. So of course, where we had our pistol loadout, I swapped out for assault rifle damage and assault rifle critical damage. You could also use crack shot if you wanted to, but I've actually really been enjoying the Duet on this character. But why exactly is that? One thing I really like about Rex Jonesy is that he really brings to life a lot of weapons weapons that I had previously not really cared too much about. A lot of slower firing, high damage weapons that, you know, you might could have went with the crit build on, but it still really wasn't that good. They're absolutely fantastic on this character. I was never a fan of the duet, and you guys know this for a fact, but ever since I picked up Rex Jonesy and he has given me more consistent damage across the board, because every single second I'm getting out a consistent damage shot to go alongside with my crit build, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, sometimes I can't even tell whenever I'm not actually critting on an enemy because I'm doing such good and consistent damage on these targets. The number one thing with Rex Jonesy is his consistency with damage, and it makes me love him so much. You could use this with Old Betsy, you could use this with Obliterator, with Jack's Revenge, with Bald Eagle, you could use this with the Steam Piston, the Tiger, the Duet, the Rat King, the Hydra. Pretty much every single time you pull that trigger just about on those weapons, you will be getting consistent high damage numbers. It's never going to turn out to be a case where you kind of whiff your shot and you really don't do much damage, because there's no worse feeling than, you know, lining up a shot with an Obliterator with like 50% crit chance and then finally pulling the trigger and it doing no damage whatsoever because you missed that crit threshold. But with this character, you are going to still be able to get some really good damage off of that shot because it will always guarantee you that 9% as long as you wait 1 second. And of course, waiting 1 second isn't always mandatory. It just kind of happens on a 1 second loop. So if you hold down the trigger, every other second between that trigger pull is going to have a bullet that does more damage. So I've really been enjoying a difference of playstyle with this character. Of course, you don't have a shield, but Survivalist Jonesy definitely helps with that. So does Adrenaline Rush, and it definitely allows you to do a pretty hefty amount of damage and very good consistent damage with a wide range of weapons that you may have not really wanted to try out as of yet. You know, of course, First Shot Rio will handle things better, like the Rat King and the Hydra, but with this character, I've been really enjoying weapons like the Tiger and like the Duet, and even some of the sniper rifles and some of the pistols. Just the consistency in general whenever it comes to the damage numbers really makes me enjoy this character, and it's a definite switch up in terms of having no shields and being able to do more damage in general from just your normal soldier playstyle. I've really been enjoying this character. I would definitely give him probably an 8.5 out of 10. Is it the most practical setup and the most practical hero in the game? Probably not, but I'll be damned if it's not some of the most fun that I've had playing a soldier pretty much recently. I mean, it's completely revitalized my love for the Duet, a gun that I absolutely despised, and if it can do that, it can pretty much do it with any weapon with poor crit chance and slow rate of fire and all that kind of stuff. But I really do enjoy this hero. Very good consistent damage across the board and a lot of fun to play. I do want to hear your opinions in the comments down below. I hope this video was helpful for you guys in deciding whether you wanted to level this guy up or not, and kind of help you a little bit in terms of understanding his commander perk. I know it can be a little bit confusing, but guys, I do hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe because I post videos like this almost every single day. I also stream over on Twitch 5 times a week. Make sure to check out the link in the description, twitch.tv/demonjoefrance, if you guys want to give me a watch over there. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.